something kind of occurred to me earlier on this evening, and I thought I'd share it. I noticed something that I think plays a huge role in why females on the spectrum are misunderstood and misconstrued in the way that we try to express our emotions and our feelings. So I noticed that girls and women on the spectrum tend to sort of rudimentarily and melodramatically express their emotions. Sort of like if we're experiencing a real emotion, we might express it in a way that seems animated or melodramatic. Like, I've been watching other, videos and behaviors of other females on the spectrum. And especially when younger, too. I've noticed this. I have a friend whose daughter is um, where she's working on this little girl's diagnosis. This little girl is clearly on the spectrum. She has good language, but the doctors are being difficult for obvious reasons. And this little girl, when she gets mad or upset, she's almost animated about it in a way that seems, she kind of widens her eyes and looks kind of almost stunned and frowns sometimes a bit, and it seems kind of scripted, or seems like she's doing it for attention or acting out, but really she's actually genuinely frustrated and upset. I also noticed and I think I did this a lot when I was younger and still do this. I noticed another video of a girl who was about 14 or 15 who had her diagnosis, and she was like, her voice was she was upset. She was talking about how she was sick of everything and she just wanted to pack her bags and leave home and find somewhere else to live and go. It was actually very sad. What's really sad is I could see how judgmental people could sort of assume that she was being melodramatic for the sake of attention, because she was like, I really am sick of this, and I'm tired of, and raising her eyebrows and things like that. I also noticed, and this came from my own video earlier, it was pretty funny. I was looking through my comments, and the video that I made on sexual assault and females on the spectrum, which is actually a pretty serious issue and kind of a serious video. I meant to kind of edit out at the beginning because I had a funny look on my face that initially bothered me, and I realized why it bothered me now. It's not really that bad when I look back at it. For a split second there, I kind of looked up and I was like this kind of a thing or something. It was kind of epic, actually. It reminded me of one of those old-fashioned, classic Hollywood movies where the woman is being strong because the men are going off to war and she's got to do it all on her own, and or there's like a hurricane and she's like, get down in the cellar now, everyone, and this kind of thing. And I realized that it looked pretty, kind of dramatic and kind of subtle at the same time, because I was trying to contain my emotion, but the emotion was truly there. So what was interesting about it was that it was coming from a real emotion, and I think that really what's going on here is that we have a female reaction to trying to express our emotions with Asperger's syndrome. It's hard to know how to express something naturally. We can't just express it naturally. It has to come from something we've learned, something scripted. So we watch other people or television programs or movies and whatnot, and we take from that. And when we're actually expressing a true emotion, it will come off as, or something like that. And we don't mean to whatsoever. It's just the way that it comes off, because we are actually taking from, rather than some sort of cold and calculated plan to gain attention, as ignorant people would, and judgmental people would sort of assume instantaneously. It is truly coming from a real emotion from here, and our working memory is just, gathering our little film strip up in our head full of different, thousands of different expressions, and we're taking from one of them to convey that emotion. So it looks like, you know, it looks played out in a way, in a way, if you will. And I think that this could cause a lot of misunderstanding and misjudgment on the female who is actually autistic and having trouble naturally conveying that emotion and having to take it from something she remembers. So that is, really important. Something that I, you know, thought about on a subconscious level, but I really thought about it today, and I was like, wow, that's a big reason why we would get misunderstood. And it's so cruel because, that's not what the intention is. It's a completely different motivation from what is being seen on the surface and what is being concluded about where we're coming from. And it's very sad because, the younger the female is, the more that's going to be pronounced. If she's the kind of person who needs to, I'm not saying that all females are like this, but many are, females on the spectrum need to externalize their emotion in some way. So we are taking from something we've learned in order to do that. It does not mean that it's a calculated plan to get attention and that it's an act and that it's a dramatization. It is real, and it may appear over the top or, played out or fake. It's not fake. It really is our emotion. We just don't know how to naturally express it. So we have to take from something we remember. Yeah, the epic, the the epic moment at the beginning of that video. I'm going to talk about something serious, or something like that. Just funny. I had to laugh. I mean, not. I had to. We have to laugh at ourselves sometimes, but it was all of a sudden kind of an aha moment for me as to one of the reasons why I've been so misunderstood over the years. Who likes my kitty cat shirt? Meow. Bye bye. That was random. Oh well.